we're back for another video. First of all, before I start the video, let me know who is an OG on the channel. Let me know who's part of the hair transplant community. And that could mean you've already got one, you're about to get one, or you're thinking about getting one. And if you're part of that community, click that subscribe button, because in today's video, I'm going to take you through 5 things that I wish I knew before I got my amazing new hairline. Now guys, I always talk about on the channel the good things, and we're going to talk about a lot of the good things in this video, but there are definitely some things that you need to consider before you do get that hair transplant and fix that hairline that you've been thinking about for God knows how long. The first thing on my list is that it is a long-term commitment. And what that means is it's not only going to be a long-term uphold, but also it takes time, okay? So it's a long-term commitment, committing to every single day being gentle with your hair, washing your hair using the right products, not wearing do-rags too much, not using products that are going to clog up those hair follicles, making sure your diet is good. It is a long-term commitment, and you can't just expect to get a brand new hairline and then that's it, it's perfect for the rest of your life. Yes, there is going to be some upkeep, but is it worth the upkeep? 100%. So you're not just going to walk out and your hair is going to be grown and that's it. You're going to have to go through the scabbing phase, the de-scabbing phase, the shock loss phase, the regrowth phase. A lot of phases, okay? A lot of phases. But eventually, you know, 7-8 months in, we're nearly at 8 months now, you get to a point where, look at it, my curls are coming back, guys, okay? And my hairline is a lot more forward than what it was before. Now I'm kind of used to it, guys. But if you haven't seen my old videos, then you would have seen what my hair was looking like throughout all the stages of the journey. If you haven't checked those videos out, definitely go and check them out. Long-term commitment is the first thing you guys need to bear in mind. The second thing is that it doesn't stop your hair loss, okay? So I've said to you guys many times on the channel, like, I don't take all of the sups. I take a few little other things like the biotin, zinc, magnesium gummies, all that stuff. But if you are prone to hair loss and balding, then you're gonna have to take some anti-hair loss tablets, finasteride, minoxidil. You guys done your own research on that. And because I don't take it, I'm not going to try and act like I'm an expert in the benefits, side effects of both of those things. After this video, go and check out someone else's video. That is what I did, okay? So it doesn't stop future hair loss. I was prone to a big ass forehead, and that's why I'm not really too fussed, because I wasn't like balding in the back or anything like that. Maybe it will come to bite me again in the future, but for now, I'm leaving it how it is. So if you were suffering like really bad hair loss in the beginning, bear that in mind, that you may not just need one hair transplant like myself. Maybe you need 2 or 3, okay? And that's going to bring me on to the next point, is that you need to consider that your density may not match the expectations that you have going in. That you may see some people that have amazing hair results and it's super dense and they got waves, they're swimming after 4 months. But for me, anyway, it took a long time for the density to come through, and it still isn't the same density. Let me try and give you a close-up of this span, okay? Now, I don't know if you can see, well, you probably clearly can see, that hair is nowhere near as dense as like the rest of my hair. And that's why I'm going for the curly look, because eventually these will turn into curls, which will then make it a lot more dense looking, I think. Well, that's my thought process anyway. And the results can still look good. They can still look great. But if you really want that dense look, then you may get it on the first transplant. Who knows? You may not. And you may need to think about going for another one. So we have to manage our expectations, because I was expecting these things to be dense AF straight away, and it wasn't. Now I'm kind of coming to terms with it, but depends what type of look you are going for, and obviously what hair texture you have as well, right? Because I've got curly hair, it's easier for me to make it look more dense with less hair. If you've got straighter hair, then it's not going to be as easy for you guys, okay? So think about that. Think about the expectations that you guys have, okay? With density, with the time, all that sort of stuff. It's going to bring me on to point 4, I believe I'm on. And that's going to be the fact that it is an emotional roller coaster. No matter how many of these videos you watch, guys, I'm going to try and make as many videos as I can for you. So pause, subscribe. Thank you. You can watch all these videos, but when you're on month 2 and it's shedding, and you've watched your 500th video, you've rewatched this video 10 times, and you're like, Lamar told me it's gonna shed, and that you're gonna look a little bit fucking ugly until month 5.5. Doesn't matter how many times you hear that, guys, it's hard to deal with it. And I was going on Reddit forums, and they were clowning me, saying, oh, haven't you done your research? It doesn't really matter, guys, how much research you do. It's going to be hard to just wait, okay? It's going to be hard to wait through that time where your hair is looking like maybe the hair transplant failed. There was one point where I hit my head against like the side of a door, and I thought, oh my God, have I like dislodged some of these grafts? And no, I hadn't. But I was just being a little pansy about it because I was emotional and I didn't want the hair transplant to fail. So just remember, I'm here, happy 8 months later. But there were times between month 1, month 2, month 3. You'll even see it in my video saying, oh, I'm not too sure if I've messed that up. And then number 5, last but not leasty, is the fact that when you go out there, be prepared to listen. Be prepared for them to upsell you. Make sure you are paying attention to how many grafts they're taking. So 5 is kind of like, be aware of the clinic you're going to. Try and get as much information from the clinic before you do go. Now, my clinic was great, as I've told you many times in the video, okay? They actually made me sign a waiver to say no more than 3,000 grafts should be taken from this hair transplant. And that is because there's a limited amount of grafts in the back of your head, believe it or not. When they take a graft, okay, it's not likely that all of them will grow back. So you can't have an unlimited amount of hair transplants. So you need to understand how many they're taking, making sure they're not over harvesting, and being prepared for them to recommend certain hair products for your hair, okay? Do the research before, maybe find out what you think would be useful. But I bought the packages from my people because I trusted them. And I thought, you know what, I want the hair transplant to work. So you may have a limited budget and you may be like, you know what, oh, I've only got 2K, 3K to spend. Maybe add a few $100s on top of that to make sure if they recommend something, you don't feel like, oh, maybe I should have got this. And you're under prepared, guys. And to end on the video, guys, I just want to say, you got to do it for you, okay? That's not something that we didn't know before we went. We all know this, but it's a reminder for all of you guys to do it for yourself. Forget what your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is, forget what they say about how handsome you may look. You got to do it for yourself, because once you feel more confident in yourself, guys, that is the biggest thing that you gain from the hair transplant. It's not actually how it looks, it's actually how you feel about yourself. And I didn't really realize that it was that until the end. Like, I get more from the fact that I can go outside without a hat rather than what my actual trim looks like on the day, right? So bit of like a epiphany, if you want to say that. But yeah, 5 things that I wish I knew before I got that hair transplizzy. If you want to know more, leave me comments. Any other questions, we'll do another one next week, okay? We'll do like Q&As every week. You guys can hash it out with me in the comments and I'll make it in the next video. If you haven't already, you know what to do, gang. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1K followers. Peace.